there, I'm in the cross-stitching room, and this is what I'm working on right now. I did a video of all the cross-stitching that I'm going to get rid of. I decided to go ahead and try to sell them online locally. Other than that, I'll just donate them to Goodwill, like 99% of my stuff. But I'm working on his little scarf here, and just going to jibber-jabber. It's my last day of freedom before work. So I thought I would just sit here and talk with you guys, you know? And I always told myself that I would never do cross-stitching and talk at the same time because the two never cooperate with each other. Okay, now I need number 1 of card 1, which is black. Did I ever get that done? Oh, it's dark blue. Okay, I did do it. Is it hanging there? It is hanging there. Alright, I'm with it. Really, I am. So I'm working on the back of his collar, the neck, the little space between his... I will explain it more thoroughly, since I can. I'm working on that little blue spot after his scarf, and going to move up here. I want to get his face done. So, let's see how well I do talking and counting. So I just got done doing a dental cleaning today, and it went rather well. I do have a lot of teeth that I had pulled. I'm having some forced beer. I'll explain that in a minute. So, went over there and I said, oh, you know, my teeth are very sensitive. I appreciate if you use the numbing cream there. Yeah, sure. And I told him if you can totally avoid this one particular crown in the back. And I said, well, you know, it builds up and we're not going to do it any good. And her supervisor had to come over and look and wouldn't be too pleased that it was skipped. And I was like, okay, well, it depends upon the result that you want from me. If it's too bad, then I'm not going to be returning to have a cleaning. It's unfortunate that my dental plan is not accepted by this office, and it cost me $177. Now they do, how do you say? They do cover a cleaning once a year, I think it was, or twice a year. I don't know. I haven't had a cleaning in years since I'm all sensitive, but now I'm in a part to where, hey, this turned out pretty good. So we will see how much they give back. They usually give a partial, but if they cover it, I'm thinking I'm getting the whole $177 back. If not, they want me in February. So that's September, October, November, December, January, February. So 6 months, yeah. And then they want some x-rays. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to start stopping this dental place because it's just like ridiculous, the amount I get back versus what I spend. So if I'm good, my numbers were good. They did a, what is it called? It's not a poking test, a depth test or a numbers test or something, where they sit there and use the device and put it in your gums to see how firm it is. And I passed with 2s and 3s, and that's good. I was like, yay, more confidence. So then she showed me this little tool that had this little rubber tip on it, and, you know, explaining how you can take some of that other stuff off. And I was like, okay, and I got a little goodies bag, you know, of dental floss and stuff, and she recommended a water pick. Well, I've heard of water picks, but I was like, okay, is it that strong of water? Could it take off what it has to do, the calcification or what have you? And I never had one. I don't need one. I'm going to be just using whatever I've been using. Obviously, it's working for me, so no need to do that extra one. So I'll probably end up canceling my 6 months follow-up. And they usually charge you, but I think they only charge you so many, like if it's the same week and you cancel, then they'll charge you something. They didn't charge me before because it was just, you know, I've never canceled an appointment before, so they gave me a grace on that one. But hopefully they won't cancel because it's too far ahead, and it'll be fine. But we will all see what I get back from the dentist. It's called dental insurance. I don't know if any, Delta Dental, I should say. I don't know if any of you have that insurance, but our town is very small, and the other dentist that did accept it, he was tragically killed in a stupid accident that somebody had to pass somebody else, and he saw the situation. There wasn't enough room, so he went to the side to avoid the crash. The other person went to the side to avoid the crash, and they met head on the side of the road. I can't get it out of my mind, but I've never met him, older man, about 60s. He was a nice dentist. He would accept insurance. So I don't know what their office is doing as far as that goes. I may have to call them if I need to get more work done, but we should be good. So then I went out and got myself some beers, which is Bud Light. Went to the local gas station and I gassed up. And our gas here in California is $4.59 a gallon for cash. And I was like, okay, I've always done card, and I kind of didn't pay attention to it. But then I got the receipt this time, and card is $4.77. And we've always been complaining how much gouged we were getting. Let's see, I need 3 over here. And yeah, sure enough. And we had a congressman that came over and did a city hall talk for everybody. And then there was a post about, well, did anybody ask about the gas prices while we're being gouged and all this other stuff? And yeah, that's never going to happen. Somebody went out of their way to ask about the gas prices, and it was like $4.90 something, or close to $5. And then all of a sudden it went down to this. I'm like, yeah, see? All you have to do is go through the right steps to say, why are we having this much tax on our gases? But California's real bad anyway. So yeah, that was that. So on my way home, as I went to the gas station, I didn't see anything in the road, but on my way home, I saw this black thing, and it's called a locking hitch, and there's lots of motorhomes around and lots of cars or something going on. I guess it's a weekend or whatever, but no major events going on that I'm aware of. And I see this hitch, so I turn around and I go get it, and I took a picture and advertised it locally and said, if you can tell me where you were near the gas station, I can let you know, you can have this. Otherwise it'll be up for grabs. But it's like a push and pull kind of locking hitch. So I was like, it must have happened a few minutes after, I got there and came back. So we'll see. It's something a motorhome would probably have. It could be a truck, but who knows? Never know. All right, we got the ones done. Yay! So then I came home after I made the Yui. My bag of beer, I always bring a bag of beer in because I can't hold 4 cans at once. Put them in my little homemade bags, and I go in my car, and I make the Yui to pick up the hitch, and I hear the cans of beer going thunk, thunk, and I'm like, uh-oh, they're going to be shooken up. So I open up my passenger's door in the back, and one falls out and goes, starts whatever, so I pop the top, hold on to the little hole it did make, and thus I'm drinking beer. Hey, boo-boo! So the 2 weeks I've been off, did I get a lot done? Not as much as I want, but I am bathing a shoulder injury, so I have to be careful what I do, because our workers' comp insurance, or whatever they do for PT, the closest one of the physical therapy is 1,000 miles away in another county. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be traveling more than 60 miles away just to go to PT every day, especially in the wintertime, so no. So the only one that's closest here is in town, and I'm like, I'm sorry that they don't take our insurance or don't do workers' comp or whatever the issue is. No matter who I've mentioned it to, all these little companies and their networks are passing me on to somebody else to see if they can't, go with a different network. I'm like, holy Toledo. And I said, well, you know what? If you can't get me on a PT, then I will just do things at home. And which is, I've already was not holding my breath that it was going to work. Because our town is so rural. Even our leftover or our remaining orthopedic surgeon won't take certain insurances, won't take you as a primary, so I'm trying to get in with him. So I can see him on my right knee, but I can also see him on my left knee. But we'll see what's going on. I just got some ink for my printer. Pretty pleased as punch. I have a HP printer, and it's the number 65. And when I ordered it, it says, you know, which 65s it can hold or use with, and on the package it said XL. Well, I know I've read, you know, because you have to know what series it can be compatible with. So Amazon is running a, excuse me, Amazon is running a special of some sort, and you get both the black and the colored ink cartridges for what, $28.65. Each cartridge here, like at Walmart, could be $20 to $30 by themselves. The colored one is going to be obviously more expensive. And I'm like, $28 for both of them? So I got them today. I put them in, did a test page. Everything works. I'm like, order more, order more, order more. So that's what I did. I'm trying to find something right here. My finger came up with some sort of a little bubble, and it's itching the sneeby-jeebies out of me. Ouch. I don't know if you guys have ever had it to where out of nowhere you just have these little bubbles and blisters that show up, and you're like, it's not a bug or anything, it just becomes a weird blister. Huh. Okay. Moving on. So, let's see here. Let's find more number ones. I always like to use my thread in totality. So this way, I don't have to keep throwing threads down on the ground and forget that I have them. So now it's a matter of finding 1, 2, 3, 4, and then those two. So, let's see here. Number one. That's number 3, so you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect, right below it. All right. I enjoy counting more than I do stamped because I like the concentration. I like the fact that, wow, you know, look at that. I'm just now seeing the face, and that's going to turn out great. And I just went a little bit too whack-a-mole on getting a whole mess of kits. I do have a big bag, which you'll see in my June mid-year parade thing. I've got a bunch of Mill Hill bead kits, and I want to get to those too. So that's the reason why I want to downsize. This damn thing is just bugging the hell out of me. You're not going to be able to see it. Okay. Well, that's good. Show you in the dark. That should work. Alright. So that's done. And what I do is I highlight in yellow, so if anybody else gets this and they make a copy of it, it won't show up. I can use pencil too, but I prefer this because then the pencil doesn't look like the actual ink itself. So, let's see, what are we doing now? Let's do the last one and the one before the last one, which is that black. So we'll do that one at the end. And that one's how many? 1, 2, 3. Oops. I have to skip and then do 1, 2, 3. So yeah, this is where it's going to get complicated. I might mess up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so 10, I'm going to skip and go like that. You can also get the washable inks that you can put on here, and that's what's good for this is I count. I know I have to skip one for a different thing, and then I can mark what I want, but this is a regular pen, which it's not going to hurt it just the same. You know what I'm saying, Smalls? Yeah? Where's my... There it is. Alright, so now I have to find out where I left off, which is right here, so I want to put it behind all the other threads. But other than that, I shampooed some carpets, made a whole mess of scarves and hats. I'm going to be making some more. I emailed the local police department. They never returned my email. Of course, I wasn't holding my freaking breath. But why do you have an email if you're not going to, respond to it? How stupid. So I'd have to call dispatch and say, who do I talk to and about, hats and blah, blah, blah. And poor dispatch. It's like they have better things to do to listen to this. And I was going to make myself go over to the police department. I'm not afraid of them or anything, and walk in and say, hey, remember me from the pens I made? I was wondering what you do with hats and scarves and whatnot. So I'm sure they'll be great to, help me out with that, but I'm gonna get a whole mess more. I'm gonna get some more under my belt before I do that. So what else is going on? Somebody is protesting our local Goodwill. I mentioned that before. Um, they have cleaned up their act quite a bit, though. I mean, as far as their shelves and how their place is looking. So I'm glad to see that they're improved. They do have a security thing going out finally. Not that it's going to matter, because what are they going to do? Physically chase them? They wouldn't do that before, so maybe they need certain things in place before they can prosecute if they ever catch them. I don't know. I'm trying to get rid of this blister before it drives me bananas. And it doesn't bleed or anything, it just oozes, but yet it's irritating, so I just get them randomly. Glad it doesn't bleed. But yeah, just a little blister. Irritating. So I can concentrate on this. What else can we talk about? A blue jay, a scrub jay. If you guys know what scrub jays are, they're the light blue and the grayish bodies. There's a mama years past when I first moved here. She raised some babies, and some of the babies were in my front yard, and they got tangled up in the bush and whatnot. So I grab them and I put them up the tree and live happily ever after. Well, now probably the same scrub jay, or the kid after the kid, came over, and you can always tell when a bird's in distress because a baby's nearby. It'll go caw 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 caw, it'll make its noise constantly. So I went outside, and this bird is just giving me the runaround. It cannot fly. It's trying to climb the tree. I can't catch it because I'm a crippled. It flies over here, flies over there, goes over the wall, into the street, and down the side of the street, and then it goes across the street, and I'm like, screw it. So I tried, but it didn't work. But then today, that was yesterday, and today I hear Mama and Dad are in the tree next door, and the baby's back up there because you can hear a baby. I'm like, yay! So I don't know if it's the first baby or if there's two babies. I only saw one. But anyway, I watered my garden, and as soon as I watered it, one of the parents came down and started looking for bugs, and I was like, aha, I got an idea. So I took a lid off of a jar, and I took some of the containers of my gardening, the container cloth garden things, and I moved it aside. There's a bunch of bugs and worms and stuff, and I put it inside that lid, and then I put it where that bird left over, and sure enough, it came down, and I was like, woohoo! So I fed a whole mess of worms for the baby. I'm like, yep, that's the least I can do. And we're just gonna write out the weather. It's going to be in the 80s and the 90s. This is our hottest month of the year. It got up to 102 a couple days ago. It got as high as 106 a few months ago. So yeah. Oh yeah. Let me show you this before I let you go. You ready? You want to see some cuteness? Here's that. Oh, here's me. Yes. Here's that hitch I was talking about. Yeah, it locks. You pull it and then you turn it, and there's a little lock mechanism, whatever that is. All right, you want to see some cuteness? Nope, not that. Nope, not that. Nope, not that. Right. Where is it? Right there. Is that the Ziva Diva? She's sleeping. She my Ziva Diva. Yep, her head's upside down. That's her head right there. Yep, she came in here and sleeps upside down. She goes everywhere I go. I can be in the front room talking to you guys on live, and she'll be underneath my feet. She wants to be rubbed with my feet. But when I'm doing looming, it's hard because she gets tangled in the yarn. And one time she got tangled so dang bad, her leg was caught, and she went to go run, and the whole yarn went around my chair, and then she was, tangled in that, and she stopped, and then she was pissed, and I was like, it's okay, and I untangled her and left her, and I said, see, that's why I don't want you down there. So yeah, that's my cuteness right there. Such a sweetie, 10 years old. Gosh darn it, she's doing pretty good for 10 years old. I wish her lose some weight, but I'm getting some Nutrish food now. They're totally onto the Nutrish instead of indoor Friskies or anything else. I did like how, what's her name? Whoever makes Nutrish. I don't follow her. That chef. Anyway, words are hard anymore. But yeah, anyway, I'm just going through my craft room. There's a bunch of yarn that I have got. That's a painting that I did at one of the bottles and wine or bottles and brush places. It's supposed to be like a dragonfly on a branch, and I turned it into, a seascape kind of thing. All my shot glass, well, not all of them. Some are in the kitchen, but most of them are here. A lot of memories with those. My photography, diamond painting. If you've seen a room tour before. But yeah, I have to go through this mess. I gotta figure out what to do next. So thank you for joining me. If you like more of this, let me know. I cannot get an angle to where you will see what I'm stitching. If you're like me, then you won't watch what people are doing. You're just there for the story. So, any setup would be fine because my hand will be in there, my face would be in there, and, I have to get close to see what I'm doing. But nonetheless, it's a good chat. All right, until next time, bye-bye.